Alright, so Halo came out almost a week ago, and I've been playing a decent amount. I just hit 2-star general, and all I gotta do is hit one more rank, and then I can go ahead and tour 2. There's a plenty, there's a good handful of players that I've already toured. I didn't get to play it all yesterday, otherwise I probably would have done that yesterday, and I'm probably going to end up doing it today. Um, but I wanted to talk about, what I do for XP. My thoughts on the new ranking system progression, and I just want to give my thoughts on the game so far, any issues I might have with it. So, so far, overall, um, it's fun, right? It's a Halo game. I love Halo, and this is what I was somewhat looking for. However, it is not the same experience as I had, and for most people, it's not going to be the same experience they had back in 2011. Um, but it's still pretty damn good. So I've spent most of my time on Faction, Riftball. I've done a little bit of SWAT, Big Team Slayer, Hardcore, Invasion. I played 2 or 3 games of. The most efficient way I think to get experience is Riftball. Reason being is everything else can be. There's a lot of game modes that are inconsistent. One of the most inconsistent ones I think is Invasion. However, I did play an Invasion game, and I did get about 18,500, I think, if I counted correctly, which really didn't take that long at all. Maybe like 15 something. Not bad. Um, Big Team Slayer, I get about 16 to 18,000 a game, but I do put up pretty good numbers, like a good consistent 20 kills a match. Never really below that point. And those matches normally last anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. So I'm always maxing out my performance. Invasion, weird with the performance. Like I captured 3 objectives and we held them on the second point, and I only got 1,200 for performance, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I was also like 21 and like 6 or something. So it just really didn't make any sense about performance and Invasion. I didn't understand it at all. So I'm not really be playing that anymore. Infection, you can very easily max out your performance at 8,000. However, it is very frustrating to play, and it's probably, honestly, used to be one of my favorite game modes, and now it's my least favorite. Reason being is everybody has maps. Some of these maps are terrible, and all people are doing now is just farming for headshots with pistols. And if you get as play as a zombie, it is the worst feeling ever. Spending 3-4 minutes just dying repeatedly over and over and over. It is not fun at all, and I really think it's all around map balance. Um, if they want to balance it out a little bit more, I feel like for PC, I think it'd be a good idea to start out with 4 zombies instead of 3, just so we see a lot less stalemates with these matches where you're just sitting there pistoling the whole round. I mean, I wouldn't say it's boring, but it's definitely not enticing, and definitely not for the people on the other side that are receiving this, because this has happened to me before, where I get zombie all 3 times, and I get 2-3 infections, like, and then the rest of the time I'm just getting shot in the head over and over and over. It is not fun. It is not fun at all. Um, Another thing I wanted to stress is the controllers. Now, if you play keyboard and mouse and you have a controller, I would highly recommend you plug that controller in, give it a shot. You will notice that your kills in 1v1s are, you have a much higher percentage chance to win. and it is insane. It is absolutely insane when you were doing DMR 1v1s. Um, this goes just for like big team Slayer or something that isn't like SWAT or anything else. Like even in Infection, controllers are amazing, especially for shotguns. They do lock on, so it gives you an idea of when you can shoot. Uh, they're also amazing for pistols and Infection as well. I think I do better with pistols with a controller than I do keyboard and mouse. I'm not the best player ever, no, but I still consider myself to be a decent player. Like I said, I can put up about 20 kills a game on a big team Slayer, sometimes in hardcore Slayer. Um, I can get anywhere between 15 and 20 kills. 20 is kind of hard to reach, but 15 is a good consistent number for me. Depending on whom I'm playing, much better players, but you can easily tell when somebody is using a controller because every time you go up against them, you lose. Um, because they can pretty much hit all 5 headshots like they're nothing, but you just sit there and spam with the controller and it follows the head, and it's really just frustrating. And I think they need to down the aim assist just a little bit. I've been looking up and people have been complaining about the controller's aim assist. I personally think it's not bad, but in my perspective, like if I can play better sometimes with the controller, R1v1 shit. If I'm doing better with a controller, there's something wrong. Um, there's something very wrong, very wrong. Again, because I'm not the best player ever, but I am somewhat decent. I have thousands of hours in FPSs across many different FPSs. Overwatch, my top rank was 3900. Counter Strike, top rank was so. I do have a little bit of credibility with what I'm saying. If maybe just tone it down a little bit or tweak it so it's kind of more on par with keyboard and mouse, not better in some situations. I don't like that at all because if I get on Infection, I'm just gonna plug my controller in. If I get on like Big Team Slayer, probably just gonna plug my controller in for certain maps. I think it'd be nice if you had the freedom. Yeah, I guess it'd be cool to have a freedom between controller or keyboard and mouse. Either one will be about the same as. The problem is people that suck at the game can just throw a controller on, and they are just as good as better sometimes. Some situations. Suck at the game, use a controller. They are ridiculous. I promise you. If you have not used a controller yet, I recommend it. And you see there's a massive, massive difference with that aim assist. Anyways, going back to the XP. Again, I'd recommend Griffball. It's not that hard to max out 8,000 performance. After a couple matches, you'll in your hand win a good majority of the situations that you're in, and walk back to their spawn and start killing them as you possibly can. Max out your performance, match, keep going, get a good amount of XP. Big Team Slayer, it's fun. The maps suck. That's the only issue I personally have. Some maps are fucking garbage. They are absolute dog shit. They're not fun to play. Uh, I don't know what it is, the maps in this game, but they are not very well designed. I definitely think that's a weak point. I don't remember some of these maps either. I stopped playing in October of 2011. Some of these maps are very unfamiliar to me. I've never played them before. But hopefully they do some redesigns or rework maps to balance keyboard and mouse and controller aspect. Because I definitely think the game, once they age well, it needs to have some changes to. Some people might not like that just for the nostalgia reason. I think it is very, very important that sort of thing happens. Because again, there's a lot of maps that are not ideal. Not ideal. Invasion, like I said, inconsistent. Hardcore, honestly, that's probably a good I'd probably play that over Big Team Slayer if you're looking for something. Get more XP per time spent. Capture the flag is pretty fun. Got a lot. SWAT. If you don't like those headshot battles and you a lot because you can't consider it, go play SWAT. Because if you're like one tap like first shot accurate kind of person like me, you will dominate in SWAT. I shit on people in SWAT just because of my first shot accuracy. It's ridiculous. Sniping. I'd recommend keyboard and mouse because the no scoping aspect. It's very very easy. Mid-range battles, one-shot people over and over. It is amazing. I think that's all I played so far. Invasion's alright. I mean, not bad. I wouldn't know because so overall, hardcore and Griffball are probably my top 2 picks for me. Everything else is probably inconsistent. Big Team Slayer is not bad for XP, but if you want to have fun while grinding XP, yeah, I'd say Big Team Slayer. It is a little bit longer. You get about the same amount of XP. Now on to ranking progression. One of my biggest things about Reach that I absolutely loved was how the ranks work. It was a very long, grindy process. Back in 2011, I was Colonel and about 850,000 credits. And I don't know what that is comparatively now, but it took about 2 months playing to get to that rank. Stop playing, but I was only 4% of the way after a few months. I did spend a lot of time on Forge too. But this was after 2 days and 3 hours of competitive. All in all, I think I have about a day and a half on Forge, a little bit of time on campaign as well. Um, so, and I probably have about 30. I don't know. I've had a lot of 12-hour sessions when I play Halo. I think I've had about 2 or 3 by now. I'd say I probably have around 40 hours of competitive so far. Really is not a lot. People are already touring. I think there's like 10 tours. So, it's... Honestly, I wish they had just kept the old... You know what they're doing with the game, you know. They want to increase the longevity of the game. They gotta change the rankings. Thing. Problem is, if people are able to tour within 3 days of... And you can do that in 3 days. Trust me. There are people out there that are gonna sit there and play Griffball all day long for 12 hours a day, 14 hours a day, and in 3 days they're gonna be able to tour. I think I don't know. And then there's only 10. Like you do the math, that's only a month. It'll only take you a month. Whereas something like old ranks, I believe it took you like 3 months minimum, right? 20 million credits a lot. Which means, in perspective, once I tour, I'm already 10% of the way done with the ring. And it's not even been a week, right? I think if there's 10 tours, if I'm 10% of the way done, unless there's like this XP rate change. Once you rank up, I don't think there is. But assuming there's not, that means I'm 10% of the way done in a week. But in 2011, it took me 2.5, 3 months just to get 4% of the way done. And that was me having fun. No Forge, otherwise I'd be a lot of Forge. So, but even then, I'm not even playing this game every day. Yeah, I've played a lot, but not every day. Like I did not play at all yesterday. Day before that, I played about 14 hours. So I got to this rank. I really want the old rankings to come back. I highly doubt they're gonna bring it back, but that's probably my biggest issue with the game right now. I prefer the old ranks. I do not like prestiges at all. I've never liked any idea of prestiges. Start over and you see the same rank over and over and over. With Halo Reach, every rank is different. And even if it was like Warrant Officer 1, 2, 3, it's still a new rank. Hey, you're not gonna ever see that rank again once you go up. That's the problem I have with Prestige. Is it just feels the same. You know, once you get up to the Legend the rank, um, old Halo, that's when it really gets grindy. It's hard. It is very hard for those last couple ranks. But it's its own individual rank, and it takes a lot of playing to get. So I don't, unless there's something, if I'm missing something, if I'm wrong. Um, if the XP system is basically the same for the progression, each time you tour up, it's really not going to take any time at all to get to max tour. But I don't know if anything changes because I have not toured yet. But I'm just giving my opinion, my thoughts, or I've toured. Um, but again, I've only been playing a week. If I can tour within a week, there's a fucking problem. Okay, it's not gonna take any time at all to get that max point. Or hopefully they have like this somewhat infinite progression system. Maybe not infinite, but the only issue I do have with infinite progression systems is you never have an end goal point. It's always good to have a goal, right? And that goal would be like inheritor. That goal would be tour 10, right? They need to add something after tour 10. If they're gonna add 10 prestiges, they need to add ranks that go beyond that. Because it's not gonna take any time at all at this rate. And I know some people aren't even in the blue ranks yet. I understand that completely, right? Maybe some people don't even have enough time to play. Still, and you know the way the unlocks work in this game, and you get a point and use that point to buy something, right? I have a point. Go over here and buy this. There we go. Probably gonna be. I can't see past this, but here 1, 2, 3, and oh, there we go. That's the voice. Silver visor color. Tier 36. We'll blast through this. Nice grenadier. Take a look at the words. Blue visor. Pestilence. So I get pestilence before I get email helmet. Interesting. Armor effects. The haunted helmet. Tier 100. Is there anything past this? I do not know. When you look at that. Tier 86. These are really cool. But again, look, we're already at tier 29, so like how far away is this? Really? How far away is this? Anyways, that's all for me. I wanted to get my opinion out there. Hopefully it's somewhat credible to some people. But this is my thoughts on how Halo Reach is going so far. It's successful. Fun. No, it's not the same game from 2011, but it's very close to it. Not the same experience. There's a lot of different things. If they had kept the old ranking system, I'd probably be very happy. Because I've always looked forward to that inheritor. They've got to add something like that, please. I just don't like Prestige. Not for Halo. Not for me.